Hi, Balencians. Welcome to another episode. I know we all want to live an amazing life, especially with our family. But in order to do this, I think there is some rule you have to know about your family, how to deal with them, to make your life more enjoyable. In today's video, I will share with you 10, actually there are 20, but I separated into parts. In this today's video, I will share with you just only 10 and the rest of them I will share it in part 2. This rule, when you know them, I think your life will be so much easier for you because this rule is not only happening for just a specific family, it's happening for most of us as we are human beings. So I take this rule, actually, all of them, I grabbed them out from a specific book that I'm really excited to share it with you at the end of part 2. But in today, I will just share with you why actually I use this book and why actually I want to share with you this 10 rule or 10 habit that I hope for you to know it. Actually, I've been living with my family, like all families, but my dad was sick, and before he leave, he gave my sister to my uncle because he doesn't have any girl, and my brother, my auntie take him because also she doesn't have any boys. So this is not the huge problem. The problem is when they grow up, they come to our family, they join our family to live together. And that's what makes it so hard for us to connect with each other. Even though if you live in the same family, you must have this a little bit of not connections. But have you wondering if you just, maybe your sister or brother or any part of your family goes away and back again, how it will be, how to actually connect with each others. That actually my reason, actually for looking after that book. And when I find it, I kid you not, I was so exciting to dive more in this book and to know more about how actually I connect with my family, especially with my brothers or my siblings. So also after I read it and I find this actually so much useful to let other people to know more about their family and how to live a better life. Because I was really thinking that what happened to us is really something unique, but I was really wrong. After I read this book, I find out that all the things that happen through family, that goes in my family, is the same as anybody who is living with her family. So actually, after my dad passed away, we have really huge problem, especially my mom. She really sad and also not happy all the time because we have so much different from each other, how to connect with each other, how actually we live a better life. Most people are living. So that's what encouraged me to actually share with you this 10, and I hope one of them, or maybe after you know them very well, it's gonna make your life so much easier and so much enjoyable. So what are we waiting for? The rule Let's that dive I am, in. Or the tip or the things that I want to share with you, it's like a teeny tiny things that maybe you will ask yourself why I want to share it with you. And it's really small things that you don't actually need to, even though, to share it with others. But let me tell you that these small things, it will turn to a big things or a big, huge problem if we don't actually take care of it or even though to know more of it. So that's why I'm so excited to share it with you. So let's jump to number one, of maintaining the home as a continuing process. And let me tell you, whatever happens inside your house, that's little things that you broke it or anybody broke it, try to fix it or organize it as soon as you know that these things need to fix. Don't leave it for tomorrow or say for yourself that I will fix it right after tomorrow. It's okay. It's a little things. No, these little things, it's really gonna be a big, huge problem by the time if you didn't fix it. So that small little things, don't leave it. Because there is a moment that comes to you when you are right or not, don't feel that interesting, or even though like you are draining, when you come to your home and you notice there is too many things like this, and you have to fix it before and you didn't actually fix it, it's really gonna start to give you that that negative feeling that let you to know that you are not amazing or you are not capable to look after your family. And not only for some person or another, it's all, since we are all together in one ship, and in order to move this ship, we all need to work together. So don't actually leave these little things that you need to fix. You have to organize it as soon as you know that these little things need to fix or you need to look after it. These little things, it's really going to help you to feel satisfied, even though when these worst days show up. So don't wait for the perfect time or moment to do it. Just do it as soon as you know they need to fix. Why we are so afraid when our children comes to us and tell to us that they are feeling boring, and we do the most we can to get out the children out of this feeling, to help them to get out of this feeling. Why actually we feel that way? Most of our parents, they try to do this in order to change the children's feeling. And also with actually, I've been struggling by treating my children the same way. When they ever comes to me and tell to me that, mommy, we are feeling boring, the best things I do, I just started thinking what I can do to let them out of that feeling. And sometimes even if I do have a lot of job or a duty work in my home, I just leave it behind and go with them out in order just to change their mood. But I was really wrong. And believe or not, feeling of boring for children is so value for both of us. Let me tell you how. For us, it's not going to give us feeling of our responsibility that we need to do something in order to get our children to not feeling that way. And for them, it's okay for them to feel boring sometimes. It's part of life. And also, if you give them the chance to feel that way, I guarantee you they will have a way to get out of this. And it's not going to be that stressful for you to think more about how actually to help your kids to get out of this. Maybe you are doing something important and you don't want them to actually come and bothering you. But as soon as they have this feeling, that will come, of course, to you and ask you to get out of this. A simple technique, it's actually by saying to them, it's okay to feel boring. We all have this moment, and you have to find a way to take out yourself from that feeling. And maybe if I ask you for some advice, you can tell them that many activities that they can do to get them out of that feeling. But the most important things that you need to know, it's not your responsibility. So don't make it a huge problem, or even try to think in any time when the children comes to you and ask you they were feeling boring. Simple as that. Just tell them it's okay to feel boring. And you need to find your way to get out of this. Take care of your healthy. Look closer to your healthy and how actually you treat your children. Because these two things that really close to each other. And what's you eating, it's what's showing to your children. If you eat like a junk food or even though not healthier, I think this will come to your children and you'll feel that you are controlling your life. And in some sort of way, you are stressing out, you are screaming all the time, you're not feeling relaxing. Sometimes you have that moment, but it's not a lot actually. You will be so screaming to your children, treat them so badly. So you need to actually look after what you are eating, because it's going to help you to raise your children, or even though to look after them in a very good way. And let me tell you a small example that really happened to me with my sister. She get married and she also has a kid. But one day we are chatting together and she asked me, what are you doing that moment? I said to her, nothing, I just relaxing and call you. She said, okay. And I already asked her the same questions, and she said like, it's my moment and I enjoy my eating. I said to her, why you're eating so late? Which is you supposed to eat before? She said, it's actually my moment. And I was really wondering what did she mean by she saying that word. And she explained to me that it's her moment to eat the things that she love it. And I said to her, don't you eat your lunch or your breakfast with your family? She said, yes, I do, but I be so with me or with myself when I eat my lovely food in a specific place with no one close to me. And I said, I never do that before, but when I do it later, I found out that's really helpful for me. and also to get me out of this feeling, because I know most of parents, when they are eating with their children, sometimes they are not so actually aware, or actually so aware of what they are eating. Sometimes they know they eat, but they're not actually having that healthy food. But when they separate themselves from their children and spend their time by eating their own, I think they will enjoy more for eating the food, and also really relaxing, and also recharging their energy again, to let them to help themselves to actually look after their children more next time, and also to have this energy to go through it. So next time, look closer to what you are underestimate yourself. It is so sad and true that we all, as a human being, love to underestimate ourselves. We always say to ourselves that we are not capable, we are not doing anything perfectly. But we always say this in our family, and we always blame ourselves when we are making a mistakes. Sometimes it's actually my mistakes, but some others is not our mistakes, but we keep actually blaming ourselves. You know what we are doing? We're actually feeding our brain that we are always negative, in a negative ways, that we are not capable to do anything perfectly. So these things, or this feeling, if you keep doing to yourself, it's really gonna kill you by the time, and it's really gonna feed your mind so much that you are not capable, or you are not good enough to do things. And the huge problem is actually when the parents actually say that to us. Some parents, they used to say to their children the same way: you never do something right, you always don't do something perfectly, you always fell down. They always tell us this negative feeling that actually let their brain to believe that we are really that. We need to stop to underestimate ourselves and not always blame ourselves for something. Sometimes we are not responsible for doing it. So in order to live a better life, you need to stop doing this. Start your day with love and end it with love. Live your day with love. And always remember, it's not you responsible for what happened yesterday. Even if it did, today is the chance for you to fix what happened yesterday. Imagine that this is your heart today. What can you see in this piece of paper? Nothing. So start your day with love, and you're the one who will be responsible for your day. Or if you want to just turn the page, you will see yesterday. Do you want to still here in this page? Whenever you make mistakes in this page, it's so easier for you to turn the page and to fix what happened yesterday. That's exactly how we live. Every day start with this page, and you start it with the things that you love the most. Don't put your partner down. You may be seeing couples that been married for about 25, or some of them 60, or some of them maybe 20, 55, whatever it is. They spend too much long together. But what do you think the biggest reason behind this is? They never put themselves or the other persons down. They always respect each other. That's the biggest reason what they make them to live until these all years. So let me share with you a real story that happened to me. It's actually kind of different story, but it's same. I actually put somebody down, but I'm still feel that pain. It's still with me until now. Actually, we've been doing a party for our students. We are a group of teachers, and the manager makes a party for us to actually celebrate for our students about their the things that have been doing for about 5 years, and they've been studying for about 5 years. Anyway, when we've been in this party, and the manager said to us for funny, each teacher has to speak about himself, to actually introduce yourself and say exactly what can you do to the teacher, to the students. So actually I didn't prepare for that, because all of us, we don't know we're gonna be in that position. And I kid you not, when it was my turn to speak, when I grabbed the mic, I was a little nervous, but actually I was asking, what should I start? Then I found myself that like speaking and everything goes so smoothly. But after I finish my speech, when I return to my place, I keep thinking about what I did said. I wasn't even aware of the things that I've been mentioned. I do remember that I speak about my teacher and how she actually helped us to get to the place we are today, and also for my students and how actually we work together to get to that position, and everything goes really good. But actually, I start to blame myself because the biggest reason behind what I'm today is actually my mom. But unfortunately, I didn't mention her, and she actually been there. She actually watching me, but I don't know in some reason why I didn't mention her. Not because I'm afraid of mentioning her. No, because I feel I should mention her. But inside of me, I don't think maybe I didn't aware of I should mention her in that position. I don't know. But anyway, what happened, it really still have so much pain inside of me. And after that, I pay for her a gift, but I wasn't so actually happy for that. She didn't actually say anything to me. She just smiled and say great things to me, even though she didn't actually blame me or do anything in reaction of my what happened, what I did to her. But I still have this pain until now, and that's one of the reasons that led me to mention this, because I really don't want to forget her any more time. So I really share my real story and how actually it's so important for you to not let the other person down, or your partner or your sister or your brother, whatever it is, the part of your mom, of your parents down. Whenever you go in any place, try to just give some word to thanks the other person that you've been living together with. I think this is going to be so much changing of life, and you will have the life that you all but anyone will dream about. Set limit for your desire, because these things never end. When you actually desire to buy maybe a big house, and when you get to this big house, you kind of feel boring before, even though 1 year's ending 1 year's. Why? Because you think that when you buy this house, you're going to feel so much happy. But after that years, you will desire to think about buying something else to find your happiness. And you do this, and you keep doing this all your life. And that's wrong, because desire, if you set a limit for your desire, you will find your peace and your happiness. Because happiness isn't about pretending that everything is perfect when it's not. It's about deciding to find a peace regardless of external circumstances. So whenever you are in an environment, wherever you are living, or with what you are doing, whatever you're doing, you start to find your happiness inside of you. Because actually happiness is a state of mind that you choose in this journey of life, and it's coming or showing up by practicing. It's not something that comes by achieving something. So you have to train yourself to find happiness and peace in everything you do, and not only connecting with things to buy it, or the things you actually doing to enjoy it. Because happiness starts from inside of you, not out of you. So that's why you have to set a limit for your desire. Set limit and enjoy with what you have is the best that work for you. Also, of the things that you have to know in order to live a better life, it's actually to separate your work or whatever you have in your work from your home. So you never bring your feeling or the problem you have it in your work or whatever it is into your home, because this will make your relationship so discomfortable. So let me share my story. It's so closer or so similar to what I'm talking about. I really love to share my story because I think it really gets to the point, and I think guys, you understand me so much easier. And because this is something that happened to me, and I actually love to share it with you. Let me tell you exactly what happened to me and how actually in these situations, I find myself really aware. even though I wasn't actually blamed for that. I didn't actually blame or make schedule for this. Anyway, I hear about a lecture that I was waiting for a long time. Anyway, after I joined this lecture, and it was about 2 years of studying, and during these 2 years, nobody was know me inside this building except one girl. She was my neighbor. So by coincidence, I know that she actually we are in the same building, but she's not in my class. Anyway, we've been actually studying for about 2 years. And during these years, she always, when we have free time, she always asks me about myself, how you doing, how your mom is doing, how your children. She always asks me about that. One day, I take her away and ask and actually discuss with her. And I told her to stop asking me about my kids because I don't want anybody to know that even though I get married. Most of them, they don't know even if I get married or no. So I don't want her to let some people to get attention to what he's saying. And maybe one day they will ask me about my kids. I don't want her to do that. Not because I have terrible life. No, but I feel myself, I come to this place to just only study. So why I should mention something about my family? It's up to me. So she actually take my word as serious, and from now she wasn't actually bother me by asking about my kids. She only asked me about myself and my family until the day of our separation for our finally day that we are about to leave. So when we are in a party, and actually my teacher said to us, every one of us say something about your friend. And I kid you not, actually most of them, they said they know me as a big smile. I always love smiling. That's the things that can keep it in their mind since those 2 years of working together. And they know also, they mentioned they don't know everything about myself, about my life. They only actually mention that simple things, which is really make me so much smiling after I hear this actually. But that thing doesn't the reason behind what I did. Actually, when it came to my turn to speak, I said to them that I live. Okay, I said to them whatever I want to say, but also I mentioned them in this time that I get married, and also I have a kids, because some of them are like a convince between I get married or no. Some of them have noticing that I acting like a married person, and sometimes no. So they are kind of confusing. But in that party, I tell them that I've been married and I have a kid. So most of them get shocked and they blame me. Why you didn't tell it for the first time? We meant you. And I said, why should I speak about this since I come here just for only focusing about studying? So I really separate my whole life from my studying. I only focusing when I get to this building. I only focusing about my studying. I never mention about anything about my family or my kids. So of course, one of them, most of them, some of them like it, and some of them they kind of feel like selfish. I don't want to share. I don't want to. I'm not a kind of person who open mind for them. But anyway, I did the things that actually I believe into it, and I think I don't have the reason to say things about my family. So that's why I always told you to separate your work from whatever you're doing, whether you're working, you're studying, whatever you're doing. When you get to home, when actually I get to home, I forget all the things that goes on my work or my studying place. And when I get to home, I do the opposite. So with this, actually, I've really found a balance between my life. And I kid you not, when you start to doing this, you will feel so much satisfied with yourself. And even though your relationship will not actually join down, or even you will have some time of moment that you are stressing your neighbor the way you want them to treat you. Actually, I'm not sure that it's going to work for 100%, especially in today's living, because maybe you will find some neighbor, they have a bad temper, or also they don't have this so optimistic to know more about the neighbor close to them, or even though to visit each other. All of that reason is actually make us, it's so difficult for us maybe to enjoy more in standing in a neighbor that actually so engaging, or even though so connection or love actually build a relationship. So anyway, uh, but for me it was really the same. It was so difficult since I've been working and studying at the same times. So I nearly ever have a time to visit or go to, even though to visit my siblings or to visit my family. So, but for actually for my neighbor, we moved into another home, into another apartment. But in that apartment, we have especially a neighbor up and down. Anyway, but I never go and knock the door for anyone. But maybe we can meet each other by coincidence inside the elevator and sometimes in the street. But anyway, I never go to their home. But recently, there is a woman. She came to our neighbor. She came to stop in my door. I knocked the door, and when I opened the door, she was so close to mine, and she said, "I'm new neighbor. I just moved before weeks ago," and she really curious to know her neighbors. And of course, I welcomed to her. And when she get to home, my home, we was chatting together, and I know that she been living with her mother. Anyway, the way she acting, I think it's we must do the same. But since we are so busy with our life, it's so hard for us to do this. And some people, they don't actually allow for this. They don't want you actually to meet you or to see you face to face, or even though to connect or to build a relationship with their neighbor, which is, I think, really necessary for most of us to do this. So whenever you move to another country or you move to another place, try to know their neighbor and who actually live close to you. You don't know which one is going to build a good relationship with you. And the most important thing is to let them to know how you want them to treat you. Whether you're kind of person always free, or you kind of person always busy, and maybe you're planning some days to go out together or even spend time together. Whatever it is, just make sure to actually have the same connection between each other. You have to put a limit for your neighbor to know how to treat you the way you would like them to treat you. As they say, the last one I did save, the best for last. Accept your partner habit with love. So I think we all ignore these things, which is really teeny tiny things, but it's really turned to a huge problem if we are not accepting our partner the way they are. We all know that we are, as a human being, we live in a different country. So whenever parents are living together, each one of them, it must accept the other partner. You know for sure that this person, he has different unique or different habits or different things she loves to do, or activity he likes to do in his neighbor, in his childhood, whatever it is. You have to accept that this person is not exactly the way you are. You don't need to actually blame yourself or even to make a huge problem when he's not in your page. You know that this person is not the same as you. So it's normally he will not actually treat you the way you wanted them to treat you. I know that most of people, or even though when I've been in my relationship, I was always actually fighting in that point. I want him actually to treat me the way I see it, right, in my mind, but I was really wrong. So you don't have to actually let them to treat you the way you like. You have to accept their habit, whether it's a good or bad. You have to accept it. Some actually, they have ability to change that in the future. Some of them, it's so hard for you to change it. So you have to accept it the way it is. So I believe in this more. And if we do that, if we believe that point, I think it will make our life so much easier. Even though sometimes it's not your partner, even though your sister, your brother, whatever, your partner inside your house. So sometimes you have that actually bad feeling about they are not actually goes the way they should go, or the way you think they should go. So in this part, you will feel like a pain inside of you, and by the time this pain would turn to a huge problem. So in order to not get into this, you have to just accept this person, or accept this partner with love. The most important things, you have to accept them with love. So I think now we cover all the 10 teeny things that you have to know, or in order to live a better life or to enjoy your life. So don't forget to hit subscribe and the bell for notifications so you can't miss any content that comes out. Thank you so much, guys, for jumping into another episode, and I can't wait to see you in my next week video. I'll see you all next week to continue what we start to live a better life. Until then, stay balanced. Goodbye.